Good morning, children. So, in the previous class, we have studied that evolution and classification, how they are related. I said if we classify the organism on the basis of their evolutionary history, that is, who have come first and who has come later and who is developed from whom, then our classification, the study of classification, become very easy. Because I have just given you one example, like from the porifera, which never had even the tissues. The first time cylindrita is formed, in which the two tissues are formed, and now Cylindrita has got only tissue, but the organs are not there. Platyhelminthes also got only tissue, but the organs are not there. Esculmenthes has got certain organ. Where if you see that in the Cylindrita there are only two layers of the cells are there. That is, they are diploblastic, ectoderm and endoderm are there. Mesoderm is not there. Then further next, that is Platyhelminthes and Esculmenthes, they got the three layers instead of two layers. So 2 layer to 3 layer, and 3 layer to then acoelomate to pseudocoelomate, pseudocoelomate to coelomate. Like that we have studied. So the classification is going from the simplicity to complexity. It can better be explained if we take an example. One example from the vertebrates. If you see the vertebrate, the pisces has got two chambered heart. That is, all the fish have got only two chamber, one auricle and one ventricle. Then when it comes to the amphibian, they got two auricles and one ventricles, so three chambered heart. When it comes to the reptilia, we find that the three chamber heart is there only, two auricle and one ventricle, but the ventricle is partly divided. So we can somehow, to just simplify, we say sometimes that they have got 3.5 chambered heart. And then when it comes to the birds and the mammals, they got 4 chambered heart. So how simplicity is leading to the complexity, that is what we see, that in the same order the evolution has taken place, and the same order the simplicity to complexity we are going, and that is why the classification become easy. And that is why the classification, which is based on the evolution, is very simple and best classification we are considering, and that type of classification is called phylogenetic classification. The classification which is based on the evolutionary relationship is called phylogenetic classification. That today's time we are following phylogenetic classification. No other type of classification is as good as the phylogenetic classification. Okay, now come to the next issue, that is, we have said about the evolution. We are saying that the evolution has taken place, evolution has done, evolution has evolved. But is it really? How can we say? How can we say that the evolution is done? Why not we should believe that the life is created by God? What is the problem? If we see that all the religion has got their own theories, where they say that the life is created by their own God, then why we have to believe that the life is not created by God, but they have evolved from the simplicity to complexity? So there should be some reason. So they are called evidences of evolution. Evidences of evolution. There are several evidences which say that evolution has taken place. It is not that the life has formed at the one time. As most of the religion says that all the living beings have been produced by the religious, that is their God, in one particular time. But when we study evolution, we come to know that the life has been come on earth in the different era of time, different period of time. How can we say? How are we so sure about that? So let us see. There are several evidences. First is homologous organs. Homologous organs. Second are analogous organs. Third are vestigial organs. Fourth are genome. Okay, fourth is fossils. Fifth is biochemical evolution or evidence. And sixth is geological. And the seventh one is embryological. Not 1, 2 or 3, but we got 7 different reasons to believe that the life has evolved from the simplicity to complexity. They have evolved from one organism is evolved from other organism, one phylum is evolved from other phylum. What are they? Let us throw light on them one by one. First is homologous organs. What are homologous organs? The word homo stands for same, identical. Okay? Homologous organs are those organs. Homologous organs are those organs which have same origin, same structure, but they are performing different type of functions. The example is given here. Figure 9.8, homologous organs, page number 152 from your book. If you see in the NCERT book, page 152, figure number 9.8, we have got the four limbs of four different animals from entirely different phylums. The frog belonging to amphibian, the lizards belonging to reptiles, birds belonging to aves, and human belonging to mammals. They are entirely different, where the amphibian can live in water and land, where all others are living only on land. Then the amphibian has got different type of structure, how they are walking and all. Most of them are walking on the four legs, whereas the human being is walking on the two legs and all. Birds are walking on the two legs and their four limbs are modified to wings. They are carrying entirely different type of function, but all they have same function, the same structure. They are structurally similar but functionally different organs. Structurally similar but functionally different organs are called homologous organs. They have different origin also, same origin also. All these are obtained, that is developed from the pectoral girdle. This girdle is called pectoral girdle. So they all are four limbs. So the four limbs of the frogs are just meant to rest. Four limbs of the lizards help in little bit walking. Frog never walks with the help of for a short distance you can walk, no problem. Birds, the four limbs are modified into wings, and human being, the four limbs are modified to carry out the different type of function. We can carry out so many different type of function, and that is why we are able to make so much of different type of machines and tools and all, and we have made the life, for us we say that we have made the life good, but for the environment we are destructive the life. Anyway, that is a different thing. But if you look at the structure of, if you look at the diagram, that is 9.8, you see this bone, that is the first bone, that is called humerus. Same in all four, size may be different but structure is same. Then here you will find two bones. In all of four diagrams you can see two bones are there, radius and ulna. Then there are 8 carpals in all these. Then there are 14 phalanges, metacarpals 5 and 14 phalanges. All of them are got same structure. That is, they got same structure but they are carrying out different function. How is it possible? How is it possible? It is possible. Suppose the government sells some land and they are not specified what the purpose of the land should be. They are sell the land or sold the land of 20 by 40 feet. Now somebody can construct house on that, somebody can construct a showroom, somebody can construct a workshop there, somebody can construct a sweet corner there, somebody can construct a restaurant there, somebody can construct a hotel there. If you look in our city, we are living in Kota, and you see the housing board has constructed the houses in Vigyan Nagar, Talwandi and Mahavir Nagar and so many different places. Housing board has constructed the houses. All the houses were identical when they were constructed. Same structure. One row, all the houses were same. Today if you go, you will find nowhere same houses are there. Earlier they were used only for living purpose. Now in some of the houses they have broken the mid wall between them and they converted into hotel, some are converted into restaurant, some are converted into showroom, some are converted into a shop and all. But they are not restricted, like it's not that the entire building is dropped and another building is there. There are some people did it, but mainly the main structure is same. Consider another example. If you are planning, just for the sake of funny, making this topic funny, I can say a boy is there, the boy's name is Rahul, Rahul was not studying well. Rahul are always lucky. They always get some thing that is predisposed. पहले से बना बनाया मिलता है राहुल नाम के लोगों को. ऐसा मेरा observation is not always correct. These are only based on speculation. They are based on the statistics. ठीक है. तो राहुल साहब हैं एक हमारे एग्जाम्पल. And this Rahul was not doing very well in the studies. So his father decided unnecessarily 1 lakh rupees every year I am spending on his studies education. Plus he is spending so much money here and there. दोस्तों में जाता है, पिकनिक बनाता है, 2 बर्थडे बनाता है, just going on spending. So almost 2-3 lakh rupees I am spending on this fellow every month. Why don't you buy him a bus? तो फालतू इस पर पढ़ाई में इतना पैसा खर्च करेंगे. इज नॉट गोइंग टू गेट ए गुड जॉब बिकॉज इज नॉट डूइंग वेरी वेल. सो इसके पापा ने उसके लिए एक बस मंगाने के लिए, बस बनाने के लिए एक किसी कंपनी को अप्रोच किया. मे बी टाटा, मे बी लेलैंड, मे बी आइशर, मे बी मैन और वट एवर, किसी भी कंपनी का. और वो सब क्या देते हैं आपको? एक चेसिस देते हैं. देयर इज अ चेसिस. चेसिस के अंदर एक इंजन है, देयर इज अ स्टीयरिंग, देयर आर द कंट्रोल एंड देयर इज द ड्राइवर सीट एंड देन द 4 wheels they give. Glass also they do only. Chassis ले जाओ. So Rahul's father got one chassis and he bought it home and he just made it stand in front of his house. Now every person who is passing from there, वो मिस्टर राहुल के पापा से बोलता, अरे राहुल के पापा ये क्या लिया है आप? बोले अरे यार साहब मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि एक बस बना के दे दूँगा बच्चे को, कमाई वमाई हो जाए करेगी, कर लेगा बिजनेस, थोड़ा ज़्यादा अच्छा कमाएगा तो और बसें डाल लेगा. Now one person says, आप क्या कर रहे हो? What are you doing? If you start buses, तो ड्राइवर तो मिलते ही नहीं अच्छे. Nowadays this and that and then जहाँ भी जाता है वहाँ पे पुलिस खड़ी होती है and they take चालान and all. साथ छोड़ दो बस का चक्कर, और सवारियाँ मिलती ही नहीं है, कोविड हो रहा है ये. तो बोले क्या करें फिर? अब खरीद तो ली कि साहब इसको ट्रक बनाओ. ट्रक बढ़िया है, किसी ट्रांसपोर्ट कंपनी को दे दो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पे. ना सिंस यू आर गिवन इट इन द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दे विल कीप यू गिविंग मनी एंड ऑल. द आइडिया अच्छा था. तो राहुल फादर फर्स्ट ही वांटेड टू मेक बस ऑन द सेम चेसिस. नाउ ही डिसाइडेड टू मेक इट अ ट्रक. नाउ द सेकंड पर्सन कम्स फ्रॉम देयर एंड ही आस्क्स, साहब ये क्या कर लिया आपने? क्या लिया है ये? तो बोले कि सर अगर आई एम थिंकिंग फॉर माय सन नाउ, just he is not doing so well in the studies and all, so I decided कि I'll buy a truck. ट्रक? अब क्या कर रहे हो? ट्रक तो यहाँ से एक बार निकलेगा, 15 दिन में वापस आएगा, पता चले पहिए बिक गए उसके, पता चले इंजन ही बिक गया. फॉरगेट इट सर, वेयर आर दे? तो फिर क्या करो? मैंने खरीद तो लिया कि साहब आप इसको क्या है वो डेयरी मिल्क वालों को दे दो. दे विल कलेक्ट मिल्क एवरी इवनिंग, दे विल गो early morning, they will deliver the milk in the same dairy and they will come and stand your vehicle here. तो आपके सामने ही रहेगी गाड़ी, कभी कोई चुरा वरा नहीं पाएगा. ये आइडिया अच्छा, and definitely you will get business also. So then he decided कि now I will make it a milk carrier. And the 4th person comes. He says, क्या कर रहे हो साहब? दूध ये बदबू आती है सर, उसको रोजाना आपका झंझट हो जाएगा, उसको धुलाई वुलाई करना ये वो. जो आप तो ऐसा करो, इसको पेट्रोल का टैंक बनाओ एंड फ्रॉम द पेट्रोल डिपो टू द पेट्रोल पंप ओनली विद इन द सिटी, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 2-3 किलोमीटर 15 किलोमीटर के रेडियस में जाकर आपके पास आ जाएगा. एंड देयर इज नो प्रॉफिट, नो लॉस, प्रॉफिट ही प्रॉफिट है साहब, आप ही चला लेंगे. यार ये अच्छा आइडिया, इसमें तो मेरे को ज़्यादा झंझट. सो ही डिसाइडेड नाउ टू मेक इट है पेट्रोल कैरियर. somebody else can सब कहाँ पेट्रोल के झंझट में पड़ा, कभी आग वाग लग जाएगी ये वो. and he gives his different idea. So every person is giving different idea. Scope is same, the structure is same. That is, there are 4 wheels, there is a chassis, there is a steering, there is an engine, there are controller, and then now what you want to build on the top is your thing. तो स्ट्रक्चर सेम है, फंक्शन अलग अलग करा सकते हैं. फिर द सेम बॉडी यू कैन गेट फॉर द पैसेंजर ट्रांसपोर्ट और गुड्स ट्रांसपोर्ट और मिल्क ट्रांसपोर्ट और वेजिटेबल ट्रांसपोर्ट और पेट्रोल ट्रांसपोर्ट और डिस्प्ले व्हीकल और लेबोरेटरी, और आपकी मर्जी है आप क्या बनाना चाहते. Similarly, we had these structures. The amphibians, first time they developed four limbs. Now, four limbs in amphibians were just meant for the showcase, just resting their body, a little bit distance they used to walk. The reptile used to started using them little more enormously. For the birds, they converted them into wings and they started flying. Now, when I say they converted, as if they wanted कि मेरे wings बन जाए, मैं भी चाहता हूँ मेरे wings बन जाए. Petrol is so expensive. अभी तो 90 हुआ है. In the near future it may become 100. Then further, so who don't want to have wings? But मेरे और आपके कहने से थोड़ी होता है साहब. बनना तो natural selection we have studied in the previous class, that is yesterday's class, how the species are forming, how the new characters are developing. That we have already studied. Now the question is how. ठीक है, तो we have studied that the structure is same but the functions are different. Now functions can be different because the different organisms may start, उनमें थोड़ा बहुत variation आ गया, then they started using it for the different type of purposes, and that is why they have become that entirely different type of structure. That is called homologous organs. Homologous organs gives us an idea that these organisms have evolved from the same baseline. सेम बेस लाइन, दैट इज उनके सबसे बड़े वाले पापा जो थे वो एक ही थे. समझ गया ना? इफ यू सी इन द हाउसिंग बोर्ड, द ओल्डेस्ट हाउस वाज सेम. Once the housing board has sold these houses, they all were same. Now today you don't find any two houses same. One is shop, one is showroom, one is bank, one is what you call hotel, and one is restaurant, and one is something else, and one is तो उसको कबाड़ा ही बोल दिया यार कुछ नहीं. So there are different functions today, but they were same in their past. So it tells that the organisms have evolved from the simplicity to complexity. Okay, so homologous organ is clear to you. We are already given the diagram. Now consider another example where the wings are there in the birds and the wings are there in the butterflies. Do they have any similarity? The wings of the butterfly do not have bones. Wings of the birds have got bones. Wings of the butterfly do not have feathers. They have got feathers. ठीक है, तो function same है, but structure is entirely different. Those organs which are structurally different, originally different, they have got different origin. In the birds, the wings are made from the forelimbs and they have got feathers, whereas in the butterfly it is made up of scales. So structure is different, the material used is different, the origin is different, but function is same. For the transport, just now we said, we can use trucks, we can use bullock carts, we can use trains, we can use flights. Structure is different, function is same, origin is different. When origin is different, structure is different, function is same, that type of organs are called analogous. Do there is any similarity between what you call a train and a bus, or a truck, sorry, or a truck or an aeroplane? They have entirely different origin. It is not like this, one thing you bought and you just kept on changing. They had entirely different origin. That says that they have built in the different period of time. First, steam engines have come, then the petrol engines have come, then this type of transport has come. Ships came much before them. So ship was the oldest transport. Then the buses came, steam engine came, sorry. Then buses came. Much later the aeroplanes have come. Origin is different, structure is different, function is same. Similarly, the butterfly came much before the birds actually evolved. When the butterflies evolved, there was no even endoskeleton present in them. There were no bones, no cartilage. That time butterfly had come and they developed their wings. And the birds came much later. It is something like that. If you go to Mohenjo-daro or Harappa, or you go to any of those old civilizations, you will find their buildings were made entirely different type of, or you go to any of those forts. There are so many forts. You go to Amer Fort, you go to Ranthambore, you go to any other place. you will find the forts are there, and these forts are having so thick walls, 10 feet thick walls. Today we are making multi-story building and the walls are only 4-inch thick. The building is so tall, 100-story building, but the wall thickness is this much. Earlier, the wall thickness used to be so much, and the building used to be only 2 or 3 floors. Now you, suppose you got a time machine and you go and you ask those people of the olden time, well, why you made such thick walls and your buildings were only 3 floors or 2 floors? See, we people are making it. They will say, why? What are you talking? Then you say, see, we are using our cement concrete. They will ask you, what is cement? Because for them, cement was not known to them at that time. There were no iron rods for used in the building construction. There were no concrete used in the building construction. They used to use the big boulders. They used to make stones. Further before that, if you go, they used to be making hut out of those earthen bricks. Further beyond, before that you go, then the people used to make their houses out of leaves and plant parts. Now, if you ask those people why you are not making out of RCC, it will be a funny thing. They said, "Oh, hota kya hai RCC?" Or the olden people, if you have seen Mahabharata and Ramayana, you must have seen that Mahabharata and Ramayana people were fighting only with that Tir Kaman. Now you ask, why were you all the time carrying this bow and arrow and that had never this thing accuracy and no chance of killing, only wounded, that it used to wound and all. हम लोगों को देखो छोटी बंदूक होती टिश्यू 10 को मार दी हैं. Always when there is a mass destruction required, we use cannons. Why you did not use cannons? तो बोले होता क्या है? What are cannons? We don't know. If you ask them why you did not use missile, they will ask you what is this thing? Missile. They don't know. So when the things are not available, how can they be used? So the technology or the origin of the things comes in the different time, and that is why I said that they had different origin, they had different structure, but they were carrying out similar function. So this says that the birds and the butterfly are not evolved in the same period of time, but they evolved in much later. The birds are evolved much later than the butterfly. There was a huge time difference between them. But all the mythological theory says the God has created everything in few days. So how can one believe in that? The third is vestigial organ. That much also well studied. Vestigial organ are those organs which are present in our body, but they are no more functional. They are present in our body, but they are no more functional. We cannot move our ear. Then what is that? What is the need of pinna there? We don't have to go in water. Then why? The nictitating membrane is there. That also folded. You cannot use it as a covering of eyes. When we are not using canine, then why it are there? We are not eating raw flesh. When we are not eating grass and all, then what is the need of vermiform appendix there? When we do not have tail, then why embryo contain the tail bones and even adult has got all the tail bones fused together into one bone? Why they are there? They are saying that these were functional sometime in the past. These were functional in sometime in the past. Today they are not used. Okay? In your house also there may be so many things which are no more in use, but they are there. There are some shells, there are some electric switches, there may be some sort of thing which are there, but they are no more functional. So this says that they were functional in the past, but today they are no more in use. They are no more functional. So such organs are called vestigial organs. Vestigial organs also give us some evidences of evolution. That says that these organs were present in our ancestors, they were functional, but today, since we have evolved from simplicity to complexity over a period of time, these organs have diffused, these organs are reduced, these organs are no more there, but they are only what you call signs or remains are there. Okay, so these are called vestigial organs. So we got several vestigial organs. I already told that is neck-taking membrane is there, the eyes and the pinna muscles are there, but they are no more functional. The canines are there, but they are not very important. Then what you call the hair on the chest and the mammary glands in the male, and vestigial organs, vermiform appendix and the tail vertebra. These are those organs which were present in our ancestors and they were functional in them. And since we are using them no more, so they are no more functional. Now, fossil, biochemical, geological and embryological evidences we will discuss after the holidays. We have got holidays till 3rd of Jan. So, after that is holidays, that is from the 4th Jan, we will continue and then we will start with the fossil. Till then, you can enjoy holidays and happy holidays and happy New Year, Merry Christmas. That's all. Thank you, children. Good day.